if you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
The arrest of Sean Diddy Combs has rocked the entertainment world, and the shockwaves are only just beginning to spread. It's a story that seems to unravel layer by layer, with every new detail more startling than the last. But perhaps the most shocking development is the emergence of more victims who are now speaking out about their horrifying experiences spanning decades. One of these victims is none other than Bennifer Lopez. That's right, J-Lo herself, who has long been regarded as one of Hollywood's untouchable icons, is now said to have lived under a cloud of fear and intimidation for years, all due to her past with Diddy.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as...
Can you believe it? The glitz and glamour of Bennifer Lopez's public image were allegedly hiding a much darker reality, a reality where she was being controlled and threatened by one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. And now, with Diddy behind bars, it seems like the truth is finally starting to come to light.
I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week.
Let's start with the latest news. Diddy's recent arrest has been nothing short of explosive. On Monday night, federal agents arrested him in Manhattan, and the charges are still sealed, but everyone's talking about it. What we do know is that the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York confirmed that Diddy was taken into custody, and according to his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, the music mogul had voluntarily relocated to New York in anticipation of these charges. His legal team is, of course, calling the whole thing a miscarriage of justice, insisting that Diddy is being unjustly prosecuted. Agnifilo's statement paints Diddy as a loving family man and self-made entrepreneur who's ready to clear his name in court.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
Let's be honest, these kinds of reassurances from high-powered lawyers aren't exactly new. They're par for the course when it comes to celebrity scandals, and this one, folks, is bigger than anything we've seen in years. The timing of Diddy's arrest couldn't be more crucial because just as he's being hauled into court, rumors are swirling that Bennifer Lopez has been living in fear, unable to speak out about what she's been through with him. In fact, those close to J-Lo are now revealing that her past with Diddy, filled with threats and intimidation, was the real reason behind her recent split from Ben Affleck. That's right, while everyone was speculating about the usual celebrity breakup causes, like scheduling conflicts or irreconcilable differences, it turns out the real issue may have been far more sinister.
That's my initial reaction, because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's this weird sense of grief because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief. Like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy and it's their own fault because of poor choices?
According to sources close to the singer, Diddy had allegedly been threatening Bennifer for years, warning her to keep quiet about their past relationship. And let's not forget, these aren't just idle threats. We're talking about a man who, according to numerous allegations, has used manipulation and coercion to maintain control over the people around him. For Bennifer, those threats were said to have been severe enough to silence her for 2 decades, despite everything she endured while they were together. But now, with Diddy's arrest, it seems like that long-held silence may finally be breaking.
You can't just keep changing the top layer. You got to do some real internal work, and you have all the money, all the resources to have access to the best everything. Stop spending the money and using the resources to attempt to cover up your lies, and start using the money and the resources.
If we take a look back at the timeline of their relationship, things start to make sense. Bennifer and Diddy were one of the most high-profile couples of the late 90s, constantly making headlines with their whirlwind romance. But behind the scenes, it was anything but glamorous. At the time, J-Lo was just starting to make a name for herself in the music and film industries. Her breakout role in Selena had thrust her into the spotlight, and her first album On the 6 was quickly gaining attention. Diddy, on the other hand, was already a huge name in the world of hip-hop, a man with serious influence and connections.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap.
Their relationship was tumultuous from the start. Insiders have claimed that Diddy's controlling nature quickly became a problem. While Bennifer was trying to build her career, Diddy reportedly wanted her by his side at all times, allegedly keeping tabs on her every move. As time went on, the situation only worsened. Publicly, the two often seemed madly in love, showing up at events like the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards, looking like the picture-perfect couple. But by the end of that year, things took a darker turn. In December of 1999, Diddy and J.Lo were involved in an infamous incident at Club New York. After a gunfight broke out in the club, the pair fled the scene, leading to a high-speed chase with police. When they were eventually pulled over, an unregistered weapon was found in their vehicle, resulting in both of them being arrested. Although Bennifer was cleared of any wrongdoing, Diddy's involvement in the case made headlines for months, and many believe that this event marked the beginning of the end for their relationship.
Is there any possibility that he walks away clean from this, that everything is dropped and he faces no charges or any prison time?
Not impossible. I mean, anything is possible. But I don't see that happening. I see him kind of going the path of R. Kelly, where again, for so many decades, he was able to act with impunity and just, with harming so many, young women.
Behind the scenes, sources say that Diddy's control over Bennifer became even more oppressive after the nightclub incident. He was allegedly paranoid about protecting his image and wanted to make sure she wouldn't say anything that could damage his reputation. It's even been suggested that he began issuing veiled threats around this time, warning her that if she ever spoke out about what had really gone on between them, there would be dire consequences.
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup.
Fast forward to 2001, and the couple officially called it quits. But here's the kicker: even though they went their separate ways, it appears that Diddy never truly let go. Over the years, there have been countless rumors about the real reason behind their breakup. Bennifer has remained tight-lipped, giving only vague answers in interviews, often implying that their relationship simply wasn't working out. But now, new reports from those close to her suggest that she was actually being intimidated into keeping quiet about the truth, that Diddy had allegedly manipulated and controlled her throughout their time together, and that the threats didn't stop once the relationship ended.
You pay those lawyers to know. Those lawyers know what he's gonna beat, and those lawyers know what he ain't gonna beat.
And now, after all these years, those threats may have come back to haunt her. People are speculating that Bennifer's recent marital struggles with Ben Affleck were largely influenced by the fear she still feels toward Diddy. According to some reports, Ben had no idea the extent of what Bennifer had gone through in the past, and as these details started to emerge, it placed a huge strain on their relationship. Allegedly, Bennifer felt trapped between her current life and the looming specter of her past, unable to fully move on because of the hold Diddy still had over her. While she had tried to keep her history with Diddy under wraps, the emotional toll of carrying that burden for so long became too much to bear, leading to a breaking point in her marriage.
It's just crazy. Just read.
What's more, insiders are now saying that the fear Bennifer lived with wasn't just emotional. There are rumors that she was physically threatened on multiple occasions during and after their relationship, with Diddy allegedly making it clear that if she ever exposed him, she would pay the price. In fact, it's being whispered that some of these threats were so serious that Bennifer was forced to go into hiding for short periods of time, fearing for her safety and the safety of those around her. The revelations about Bennifer's experience with Diddy are shedding new light on the scandal that's been brewing around him for months. His arrest has sparked a wave of new accusations and confessions, and it seems like the once untouchable music mogul is finally facing the consequences of his actions. For years, there were whispers about the dark side of Diddy's empire, but few dared to speak out. Now, with Jennifer Lopez's name being added to the list of alleged victims, it's clear that the power dynamics in this story are beginning to shift.
I think industry talk, there's a lot of people who have worked for him. There's been stories around, which is, not necessarily unusual.
The real question now is how much more will we uncover about Diddy's past? The arrest has opened the floodgates, and more people are coming forward every day. Could this be the moment when the truth finally comes out? And if Jennifer Lopez decides to publicly speak her truth, it could send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. As we look ahead to what's next, it's becoming clear that Jennifer Lopez's story is far from over. The weight of her past with Diddy has impacted her for years, and now that his arrest has brought everything to the surface, it's possible that we'll see her finally break her silence. What will happen if she does? Will it be the final nail in the coffin for Diddy's empire?
Nor did you apologize for lying that you didn't do what you knew you was on tape doing. So who was this apology for? I'll tell you who it was for. Diddy's ego, Diddy's brand. Diddy and his handlers are looking at this all wrong. You trying to salvage his professional career.
But if you thought Diddy's recent arrest was the end of his troubles, you couldn't be more wrong. In fact, this past week has been a whirlwind for the once untouchable music mogul, and it feels like everything is unraveling all at once. Okay, that's all for today. Make sure to subscribe for more updates and videos like this.